Pompeii, near the Bay of Naples, was a busy Roman city in the year 79 AD. Its streets were full of life. Shopkeepers sold their goods. People went about their day. The city had amazing buildings and systems for its time. Pompeii had a big arena for gladiator fights and other shows. There were fancy houses, clever water systems, and public baths that showed how wealthy the city was. Art covered the walls of homes and public places, showing a rich and lively culture. Pompeii was a city of differences, a mix of rich and poor, grand and ordinary. It was like a mini version of the whole Roman Empire. The Forum, the centre of Pompeii, was always buzzing with activity. This was where politics, religion and business all happened. Around the Forum were temples to Roman gods and government buildings. Markets were full of goods from all over the Roman world. You could hear the sounds of buying and selling, people talking, and just everyday life. People from all walks of life met in the Forum, making it a dynamic and exciting place. Pompeii was also a city that knew how to have fun. Its arena could hold up to 20,000 people. Gladiator fights, a very popular show, drew big crowds. Theatres put on plays and music shows. Pubs and restaurants were places to relax and chat. Life in Pompeii, even with its normal routines, was also full of celebrations and good times. The people of Pompeii, just like people today, had their hopes, dreams, and worries. They didn't know that their city, frozen in time, would become a sad reminder of how fragile life is and how powerful nature can be. The area around Pompeii often had earthquakes. They weren't unusual. In fact, a big earthquake hit the area in 62 AD. This earthquake caused a lot of damage to Pompeii and nearby towns. Some of the damage had been fixed, but you could still see signs of the earthquake in 79 AD. Some people thought these earthquakes were warnings from the gods. They made offerings and prayed to be safe. Others just thought they were a normal part of life in the area. They went about their days, maybe not understanding the danger hidden underground. Looking back, the earthquake of 62 AD was a sign of the disaster to come. It was a clear reminder of the powerful forces that shaped the land and the constant threat of natural disasters. But in the busy life of Pompeii, these warnings were easy to miss or ignore. Life just went on as usual. The morning of August 24th, 79 AD, started like any other day in Pompeii. The sun rose over the Bay of Naples, shining on the city. The air was calm and warm. People started their daily routines, but under the ground something big was about to happen. Mount Vesuvius, which looked over the Bay of Naples, had been quiet for hundreds of years. It looked peaceful, with vineyards covering its slopes. Almost no one saw it as dangerous. But on this day, Vesuvius woke up. Around midday, a cloud of smoke appeared above Vesuvius. It went up like a giant umbrella, spreading across the sky. The ground started to shake a little. A low rumble went through the air. These were the first signs of the terrible things to come. Pliny the Younger, a Roman official and writer, saw the eruption from far away. He was staying in Misenum, across the Bay of Naples, with his uncle, Pliny the Elder. Years later, Pliny the Younger wrote 2 letters to the historian Tacitus, giving us a clear and important description of what happened. Pliny said the eruption started with a huge explosion. A column of ash and pumice rock shot high into the sky. The ash cloud, which looked like a giant pine tree, spread out and blocked the sun. Darkness fell over Pompeii. Then came the pumice rain. Small light stones thrown out by the volcano rained down on Pompeii. Roofs fell down under the weight. Streets filled up with ash. Panic started to spread through the city. Many people looked for shelter, hoping to wait out the storm. Others, understanding how serious it was, tried to escape. Section 5. The immediate aftermath. A city buried in ash. The eruption went on for hours. Ash and pumice kept falling, burying Pompeii under a thick layer of debris. Then something even worse happened. Pyroclastic flows, superheated avalanches of gas and ash rushed down the sides of Vesuvius. These flows, moving incredibly fast, covered everything in their path. The pyroclastic flows were deadly. The intense heat, hundreds of degrees Celsius, killed people instantly. Those caught in the flows had no way to escape. The flows covered Pompeii, preserving its buildings, streets and people in a grim time capsule. By the time the eruption stopped, Pompeii was gone. It was buried under meters of ash and volcanic debris. The once busy city had vanished, a sad reminder of the awesome power of nature. Section 6. Roman response and relief efforts. Aid from the Empire. News of the disaster reached Rome, shocking everyone in the empire. Emperor Titus immediately sent help to the area. He chose 2 ex-consuls to organize the relief efforts. Soldiers were sent to help rescue people, but there was little chance of finding anyone alive. The Roman government also gave money to the survivors. Money was set aside for rebuilding. However, the disaster was too big. Pompeii and Herculaneum, another city buried by the eruption, were never rebuilt. The eruption of Vesuvius had a big impact on Roman society. It was a stark reminder of the power of nature and how fragile human life is. The event also led to improvements in Roman engineering and city planning as cities were rebuilt with a better understanding of natural disasters. Section 7. The Rediscovery of Pompeii, a lost city revealed. For centuries, Pompeii was forgotten, buried under the ashes of Vesuvius. Then, in the late 1500s, workers digging a canal found the remains of the ancient city. This accidental discovery started Pompeii's slow return to the world. Proper excavations began in the 1700s under the Bourbon kings of Naples. These excavations, using better and better techniques, uncovered the amazingly well-preserved city. Buildings, streets, and even the remains of its people were frozen in time, giving us a unique look into the past. The rediscovery of Pompeii made people all over Europe very interested. Scholars, artists, and travelers came to the site, wanting to see the wonders of the lost city. Pompeii became a source of fascination and inspiration, capturing everyone's imagination. Section 8. Pompeii's archaeological significance. A glimpse into Roman life. Pompeii is an archaeological treasure. The city's sudden and complete burial preserved a snapshot of Roman life in the 1st century AD. The ruins give us valuable information about Roman city planning, architecture, art, and daily life. The houses of Pompeii, from big villas to small homes, show us how its citizens lived. Frescoes and mosaics decorate the walls, showing scenes from mythology, everyday life, and nature. Furniture, tools, and other everyday objects give us real evidence of Roman material culture. Public spaces like the Forum, baths, and theatres reveal the social and cultural life of Pompeii. Writing on walls tells us about the city's political and religious life. Even the remains of food and human waste give us clues about what the people of Pompeii ate and how healthy they were. Section 9. Conclusion. The enduring legacy of Pompeii. The eruption of Vesuvius in 79 AD was a terrible event that changed the landscape and history of the region forever. Pompeii, the city frozen in time, is a sad reminder of the power of nature and how fragile human life is. But from this tragedy, Pompeii has become an amazing archaeological site. Its ruins give us a unique window into the Roman world, showing us the daily life, culture, and society of the time. The city's preservation, though it happened because of a tragedy, is a gift to us today. Pompeii continues to fascinate people all over the world. It's a place where the past comes alive, where visitors can walk the streets of a Roman city, admire its art and architecture, and think about the lives of its people. The story of Pompeii reminds us of the lasting power of the past and how important it is to protect our cultural heritage for future generations.